Oh snap, is that my login rewards? We'll take those. Oh, and Manon delivering me more passes I'm not going to use because I usually have capped on these. Let's knock out our 10 free scratches for the day. I've definitely been doing those every single day. Yep. And then our one, it's actually 11 free scratches a day. See, I told you guys, we get free scratches. It's nice. Hello. Hi. Oh God, I'm lagging again. Man, the lag here has been terrible. So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna try doing something that I want to do for other content as well, where I just kind of have a bit of a dialogue with you guys as I'm doing stuff. It's not gonna be perfect. We're gonna have to work out some kinks, but I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be good for the channel overall to have a bit of daily content in there. It's not all focused on an exact goal or anything along those lines. Basically something you guys can just enjoy when you log in. Let's see if my alliance is on top of posting. Oh, I don't think they are. Yo, everyone is offline. No, they're not. Listen, PoE's done some damage. All right. So yeah, I was talking about new recording styles. So again, something a little bit different, something to give you guys some more daily content over on the channel. PSO2's got a bit of downtime at the moment. There's really not much going on that we need to get taken care of. We've got next week new urgent quests. We have new weapons coming out. We don't even know what the drop rate on those are going to be like. If that's like going to be the new candy weapon or just send it out to everyone, or if it's gonna be our new chase weapon where it's gonna be super expensive and only a select few are actually gonna go after it. We'll have to see. Maybe if I get the chase weapon, I'll make it a Bandak weapon, go super crazy with it. Because if I have a Wix weapon, I need a Wix and an Unwix, and I don't put myself in that position. I mean, yeah, I already have a Wix and Unwix Tricilio, but like, if the other weapon's like stronger, I don't want to deal with, you know, a weaker weapon. I think for today's video, I'm also gonna do an hour of deck space farming as well. Honestly, like if you want to progress in PSO2 daily and you want to like make sure you're working towards your goals, to be honest, even if it's just like fashion or whatever, like just knock out an hour of deck space a day, man. Sometimes it's a tough like ask for people. They don't really want to deal with a bunch of extra stuff. Like they're working on playing something else. For me, it's like I'm trying to come up with video ideas. I'm trying to figure things out, but like knocking out an hour of deck space, like that's an easy 2 mil basically. And doing that daily a week, that's 14 mil. And I put in an hour of work. Like that's crazy. And I think by recording as well, it's probably going to help for, making me actually get that done, assuming I get those recordings done, assuming this video even goes to cry in the first place. I've already done one of these types of recordings before. It's kind of funny because someone's like, yo, I totally would be down for like the Subway Surfers-esque background stuff going on while you're like having these discussions. And I was thinking to myself, is that really what these videos are? I mean, like they're somewhat about gameplay and things like that, but I guess in PSO2 situation, like we've all done this stuff, right? Like we've seen these fights multiple times. You guys didn't open up these videos for, hey, look, man, I want to watch someone beat such and such fight. Though it does mean I get to be a bit more creative with the titles and stuff like that. And the thumbnails don't have to be super informative. They can just be a cool screenshot. Does that mean I gotta come up with a theme for the video? Nah, we'll just talk about stuff, man. I don't know if this video is gonna go up before the video that I recorded before yesterday, but I was talking about the Game Awards in that video and how much of a scam that looked like and how awesome the trailers were from the Game Awards. Those were sick. I am super hyped out to try Borderlands 4 when we finally get it next year, man. I cannot wait. I'm actually more excited than I've ever been for Borderlands game in a very long time. It's kind of funny though, now that I think about it, historically, I've always picked the Hunter first. And it looks like the Hunter this time around is wielding Digistruct swords, which is kind of insane, which means he might be a little Zero-esque with snipers and melee weapons and things like that, but I don't know. What we saw, we very obviously saw the Berserker is what I call him. People call him the tank, but basically like the big buff dude. In BL1, he was Brick. In BL2, it was Sal. In BL3, it was actually Amara in BL3, funny enough. Amara, the Siren, technically was our kind of Berserker character. And then, well, I mean, you could also, that's why I call them Berserkers instead of tanks, right? Because you could consider Moze to be the tank in that situation, but the Berserker very obviously was Amara, and Berserker doesn't necessarily mean melee wielder or whatever, right? So because like that fits Amara, that fits Brick, but it does not fit it doesn't fit Sal. I mean, you can play melee Sal, that's a thing, right? But I've now gotten sidetracked in the overall conversation topic regardless. So we obviously saw the hunter, we saw the siren, we saw what I usually call the berserker. People call the tank whatever. And then I imagine the other person on the far right is the soldier. It's kind of funny because like I've seen people talk about it online and they're like, oh, none of the vault hunters look interesting, or they're kind of meh. And I'm like, are you serious? One, we haven't seen enough, to be perfectly honest. So if you have a meh opinion of them, that's fine. That makes sense because we don't know enough about them. Like as it stands right now, we know of essentially one action skill, and it looks like the hunters. He summoned like 2 axes, a fire and an ice one, so that's pretty cool. And that's about it. I mean, we can assume that we may know the siren's action skill, because if you look at the trailer when she's firing what looked like a laser Gatling gun essentially, or a laser, her siren tattoos looked lit up. And usually a siren's powers are happening when their tattoos are lit up, so you can make the assumption that like her powers are going off then. But you also saw some like creatures in the background, so it's hard to say what exactly her powers are. So we don't really for sure know like all of the action skills. Yeah, random sidetrack, but it's also the merch collab going on right now. I should definitely check it out. This mouse pad though, I mean, 36 bucks for a mouse pad, especially as a booba mouse pad, I'm down. And yeah, I may or may not have purchased everything. And then they also gave you some extra free stuff along with, but you know, I gotta pay for shipping. So is it really free? Not really, but I may have bought all of it. I didn't buy the stickers just because apparently they come with like the mouse pad, but you know, what can you do? So yeah, go buy some Skulls merch. As a side note, I've been considering doing a series recently, or at least once a year, where I go back through the entire game and like make it a super long video where I literally walk you through from start to finish of how to start a character and everything you need to be paying attention to. Like I've done it twice already, where I literally make a brand new character and take them all the way to endgame. I have the 0 pay to win series, where we're fully free to play. I have literally like an endgame speedrun, I guess you could call it. We go from essentially the very start of the game all the way to max level. I think you end up at max level basically through beating the storyline and getting towards, you know, the quote unquote end game of PSO2, which it realistically is. It's the beginning of the end game of the game, is where you start farming your gear. You start getting into like the harder quests. You figure out what you like to do. Fantasy Star games primarily your gear collection, fashion collection, and power fantasy. So if you're really not in any of those things, you're probably not going to like a Fantasy Star game. ADFI isn't too bad to do these days, and it's all ship match made, so it should be fairly easy. Wait, okay, gotta make sure I wasn't on a communications block. And there we go. That didn't take too long. Off we go. Apparently I'm loading forever. I guess I'm the person now that's stuck loading. This is cool. Me trying to do an urgent quest and then get stuck in a loading screen forever. All right, fine. Have a year with PSO2. You know, recently I've been having issues with different games. Wow. Well, there you go. This is PSO2 in a nutshell. Anyway, recently I've been having issues with games, and it's getting annoying. Windows is about to get a full reinstall very soon. Hopefully we can get into this fairly quickly. There we go. Let's see if I'm stuck loading forever again. You know, look at that. Load takes no time at all, as it should. Oh, look, that's a camo that isn't available anymore. A lot of people really want that camo. I actually have it. It's really cool. That was a mission pass reward back in base PSO2 one time. You were not around for that exact one time, you do not have that camo. When it comes back, a lot of people are going to be really happy, and some people are going to be very upset that they are no longer unique for using that camo. But it doesn't work for Soaring Blade, so I don't care. I would love to play the game. What is happening with this game? Like, why can I not play PSO2 today? It looks like it's not just me. We're just all stuck in a black screen that we're able to move around. I can walk around in. I can use PAs. And effects are even happening. but the boss isn't here. All right, well, you know, I'd love to play PSO2 today, but now I've been stuck in 2 infinite loading screens and a boss that just refuses to spawn. And as always, once I reopen the game, it seems to be running perfectly fine. And you know, by that time I was like, hey, I guess I'll do the urgent quest. JK, I guess I won't. Oh, that's a pretty cool combination. Never considered that. Oh, it's a type. It's type. Okay. The duality of Phantasy Star. On the right, type 1. On the left, type 2. It's funny, it's actually better not to hit any enemies and to completely avoid all the jump stuff as much as possible. Way faster. Yeah, this Juno person actually has the right idea. Usually other people will get this stuff anyway. I can just jump this. I think this jump is fine to take. I didn't really mean to hit that rock there, but whatever. And as was expected, literally nothing of interest happened there. We have our Dexed weapon, of course, set up with the new LCs. See, those new LC augments, honestly, massive W for the game. But with the way these LC augments work, they either need to drastically lower the power of BP, like actual free gear that you get with BP, or they need to stop handing it out. It has to be one of the two, man. They're giving out so much free power, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mind the LC augments and how strong they are. What I mind is the fact that like there's literally 0 sense of progression. And it's not that difficult to fix. All they would need to do is, again, either drastically lower the amount of BP that you get from using the free gear, or increase the amount of BP that's required to get into specific pieces of content to force a style of progression. Like, you should be able to get to like probably the easiest things in the game with the free gear. At the moment, it's literally just everything. You can get into everything with the free gear, which is going to be the case because of like, you know, level right now. And then of course the free gear is brand new. And I've said this like a million times that I really wish PSO2 would reduce the aggro radius on enemies so they stay in like tightly knit groups. Because AoE farming is fun when you can hit a bunch of things at once. Like the PSE burst, like PSE bursting, actually pretty cool. This portion right here, kind of annoying, because enemies like to move around. Like look at my map. Look at all those enemies around there. I wouldn't mind if there was like somewhat of a rotation. I just like massively farm these enemies down. I'm basically just talking about BDO. Listen, but they got the farming session right there, man. They did a good job. Bro, what were we talking about at the beginning of this video? Oh yeah, we were talking about the Game Award trailers and stuff like that. Man, some games are coming that are really cool, man. I'm not sure if you guys are DNF fans at all, but they showed off like another DNF game, like a third project. I don't know if they have like different companies or different studios working on different DNF projects, but I was excited when I saw what basically looked like DFO2. But yeah, some pretty insane announcements. Things like Onimusha, Turok coming back. Like, that's crazy. You know, I thought SEGA was the only one that was bringing back like their old IPs, but it looks like everyone's kind of doing it. That's kind of the way to do it, right? Like you bring back a beloved IP, kind of give it to the new generation, get some new fans of it. Hopefully you pull in the old fans. Hopefully they're still fans of it at that point. This will probably be our last burst. Yeah, I don't know why I was doing Mars for that. Why can't I jump? Hello? Am I stuck in between? I'm bugged. I'm stuck between having Mars and not having Mars. I can't jump. I can't do anything. I'm bugged. I can't jump. I can't attack. None of my buttons are working at all. I'm going to try using my keyboard instead to make sure it's not just like my inputs that are bugged. Yeah, none of my attacks are working. Yeah, nothing works. Can I go back into Mars? I can't go back into Mars. That's not working either. All right, I guess that's one way to end our last PSE burst, unable to do anything. Gotta love that. Okay, I can't even leave. All right, I guess I'll do the outro right here since there's nothing I can do while I'm being chased by this this Steinhound. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if this is kind of a format that you guys want to see more of. You did seem to enjoy it when I did it for the what was it called? What was that? DFS? No, DFD. That's what I did. I did it for the DFD video, so you guys enjoyed that. So hopefully we'll be able to do this more often. I'll be able to get more videos out, and I'll hear from you guys soon. All right, take care. You guys.